Hi, welcome to At Home with Grazia. My name is Nisa and I run something called Good Slice, which is, well, it's actually a lot of food. It's a lot of like healthy, easy, tasty recipes, stuff that I like to eat and that I eat for feeling good and for energy and things like that. And I do a lot of like menu development and workshops and things like that. So it's a lot of food, and it tends to be a little bit of other stuff, other things too, like books and things that I'm into. But yeah, okay. So today we're gonna make these really easy chocolate truffles. I happened upon them because I make a lot of my own nut butter, almond butter, peanut butter, whatever at home. And post lunch, I would just like take a little bit, like a little spoon of the nut butter, add a little bit of honey and like salt, and then stir it all together, and then just like eat it out of the bowl. But then I sat together and put down the actual proportions, and made a little recipe out of it. It's really simple. I made almond butter and I've already put it in this half cup measure. So it's a half cup of roasted almond butter. Almond butter is really easy to make. We can go through that if you guys want after this. But I've already pre-measured this. So now I'm just mixing my almond butter, putting my almond butter in my bowl. Did I bring a spoon? Okay. And then I'm adding 2.5 tablespoons of cocoa. This is the Callebaut cocoa powder, which I get from Arif La Mold in Bandra. It's really nice. I really like it. But you can also use anyone you have is fine. And then I'm adding 1 tablespoon of honey. So this little trick that I do when I'm measuring honey is that I put a little bit of oil, see, in my measuring spoon, and I just coat it with a tiny bit of oil so that the honey slips out and it doesn't get stuck to the thing. Yeah. So there we go. Sorry. So see, look. So see, look. All done. Like my honey's like come out pretty clean and it's not stuck to the edge, which makes a big difference. I think I've forgotten to bring my last thing is always, so when you're making anything sweet, it's always important to add like a tiny pinch of salt. Salt really just helps balance the like sweetness. If you can add as much as you feel like. A pinch of salt is good. Don't add too much, then it just becomes salty. And then you're just mixing. So when I add the cocoa powder, it sort of like thickens, and the honey will make it like it thickens the mixture. I should have brought a spoon. Sorry, a spoon like is a little more sturdy than my spatula. But yeah, but then you just mix it, and largely, you know what, we're kind of done. Like this recipe is really about the proportions. But if you want to use, if you're vegan, then just switch your honey for maple syrup. It'll work really well. When at this stage, and I've learned now not to taste things on Instagram Live because then I can't talk. But at this stage, I would just I taste it and see, and then like I'll be like, okay. So for my sugar palette is pretty balanced. I don't like things over sweet, so I use a tablespoon of honey. If you feel like it needs a little more sweetness, add some now. If you feel like it needs a little bit of more sweetness, mostly I think is the only thing. And if you feel like it needs to be a little more chocolatey, you can add a little more cocoa. You can add a little like a little pinch of coffee powder, because coffee powder really helps cocoa come out. You could also add a little bit of vanilla, like a little bit. Don't add too much, like a 1/8 of a quarter teaspoon or something of vanilla. But yeah, so see, look, and like this is largely done. I will then take. So now also you can also add chopped nuts, like roast your almonds, chop them, and then mix them in. You can add cacao nibs. You can add like other stuff for texture. But I'm going to use my hands. My hands are clean and I've washed them. And I'm just gonna roll them. Let's see. And then what I'll do is, this is a bit messy, especially not in my kitchen. especially since I'm not in my kitchen. But I'll roll them because I like things a little extra chocolatey. So I'll just roll them in chocolate.
Shall I fire some questions at you?
Yeah, but sure. Come on. Do we have questions?
Says, can I use peanut butter?
Yeah, totally. You can totally use peanut butter. A crunchy peanut butter might be really nice because then you've already got your peanut butter in. You could also like chop almonds and then like roll it in this. What I learned that I love to do is this. Okay, so I don't know where I thought of this, but if you take your like little almond, you take your almond, right? This is my roasted almond. I love this idea. I don't know why I get damn excited by it because it feels like a chocolate coat. I mean, it is a chocolate coated almond. And then you just sort of roll your almond in this truffle thing and like make it in the almond shape. Well, now I made a little ball, but ideally make a nice little shape. I think I use a little bit. You can use a little less this thing, and then roll that, and then you've got like a truffle coated almond, which is really yummy. And then they become like pre-portioned treats. You can use absolutely any nut butter. You can use honey or vanilla. You can add like other little like spices, or like just think of the flavors you like, right? So I like to keep things really simple because 3 ingredient easy. And I quite like it like this. I don't like to complicate my flavors too much, but you can do anything. I think it would be really nice with a tiny pinch of instant cocoa powder, vanilla, like I said. But yeah, it's that simple. And make your homemade nut butters. I did an Instagram live which I should upload sometime next week on Good Slice over making homemade peanut butter and almond butter, and it's so simple and it takes like 5 minutes. That I think everybody should do it. Like really, just like don't buy it. It's so easy to make, and then you can use it across so many different applications. Any other questions?
Yes, 2 questions. What is the shelf life?
Oh gosh, like any like nut butter, it should last. I'd say if you make it. See, I finish them. This is quite a small batch, so I usually finish it before I've ever had to like test it. But it should last a few weeks easily. A few weeks in the fridge should be absolutely fine. Like a nut butter, because you're not adding anything much to it. Like how your peanut butter with like any peanut butter with honey, how long does that last? This will last. You're not in liquid as such, like water or something, which tends to spoil things.
How many grams of cocoa can be used for the mixture?
I use 2.5 tablespoons. I didn't actually measure how many grams it is. It's 2.5 tablespoons, 1 tablespoon of honey.
And
then taste it. And then if you need a little bit more, do that.
Can you make truffles with caramel?
Can you make truffles with caramel? Yeah, you can. I mean, I don't know how that's really. I'm a little confused by the question because I don't know if it's related to this. I mean, you could, yeah, because we're doing truffles with nut butters.
Okay, those are the rest of it is just hellos and thumbs ups and.
Hello. So the recipe is up on my Instagram page. If you scroll, I've actually linked to it. So if you ever need to like see the proportions, it's up on @GoodSlice. I think this was pretty quick, but because it is a really quick, easy recipe.
Vijay would like a quick recap. Would you fancy one?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. It was really simple. We might as well do a quick recap as well because we finished really quickly. I had a half cup of homemade roasted almond butter, and I added that to my little bowl. Then I added 2.5 tablespoons of cocoa powder, and then I added 1 tablespoon of honey. I mixed that and a pinch of salt. That's it. That's all I added. I mixed it, and your almond butter tends to like thicken a little bit. Suppose yours feels like it's too oily and it's not thickening, then sometimes I refrigerate that. I mean, it's never happened to me, but I've heard, and I think that then if you refrigerate it, the oil will separate a little bit, and it should become a little thinner. But mine always comes like this. See, so it's completely a texture that you can then roll. So then you roll the little thing, and then you just roll that in cocoa powder for a little bit, for a slightly extra like cocoa-y hit. But at this stage, you can add in whatever mix-ins you want, like cacao nibs, like anything for texture. You can roll it in texture. You can roll it in coconut strips. Like it's actually quite fun because you can do anything. What I like to do, which is what I said, is I like to take a roasted almond and then roll that in the nut butter, so then you get this little like. Here we go, like this little like post-lunch dessert.
Pasham would like to know, do these need to be refrigerated?
Yeah, I think it's just smartest to keep it in the fridge. It doesn't need to for a couple of days for sure. It doesn't have, it's like any nut butter. But if I make a few and then I do keep it in the fridge, and then they sort of like, they might clump a little bit, but that's fine. Then they separate completely.
Well, lots of people want to know how to make almond butter.
Okay, we can go through that. So I'm going to put up, I did an Instagram live 2 weeks ago over this, and I'm going to put that up on my Instagram page if you want to wait for a video. But we can easily talk through that because it's really simple. You take your almonds, you roast them in the oven at 180 degrees. Depending on your oven, it should take you about 15-20 minutes. Don't overdo it. I mean, you can smell them when they start to smell toasty, then you know they're done. I think it might take me about 12-15 minutes usually. You can also do this on the stove top. You just roast your nuts how you usually do them. Then you let them cool down a bit. When they're still warm but not very hot, I use the small spice jar of my mixie. I have a Sumit mixie. It's a regular home mixie. And then what I think is key is that you fill it up between 2/3 to a 3/4 full. So you don't fill it too much and you don't fill it too little. So that 2/3, 3/4 is a great space. But because your almonds are a little bit warm still, or your peanuts or whatever, a little bit warm, it does happen a lot quicker. I mean, it helps the process along. So then after that, you just crank it up to like the highest speed, and then just let it and then it blends. It's so easy. Like, I'm always shocked at how easy it is. And so you let it blend a little bit, then stop. Use a spatula or a spoon to stir it down from the sides, and mine really comes together in, I would say, 3 minutes max, but anywhere between 1.5 minutes to 3 minutes depending. Yeah, and that's it. And then from there you can chop nuts and then add it in if you want a crunchy nut butter. Then you can add, after that, then you add a little bit of salt, a pinch of salt. You can add a little bit of sweetener if you'd like. If you add a honey and stuff like that, it say even this, right? This is homemade nut butter. If I add a honey or a cocoa powder or something, they're both hygroscopic, as in they pull the water, so it thickens it a bit. So I don't tend to add it directly to my nut butters, but yeah. But so then from there you can go. So I tend to add. Salt doesn't change anything, but I tend to add salt and honey and a sweetener or whatever as I use it. Was that helpful? Any questions about nut butters?
I think most of the questions that came were about nut butters. Everything else is thumbs ups and big hearts.
Alright, cool. Alright, okay, thank you so much. That was fun. Let me know if you make them. If you have any questions, let me know. No stress.
Right. Thank
Bye.
you.